Shivam's Delhi Capitals. So with no Rishabh Pant, with Warner being the captain, what are you expecting for this season?
We are winning at this time for sure. It's Warner is the captain now. So 2016, see what it's 7 years been. So definitely 2016 repeat. I think a very very strong team. See, to be very honest, if you look at the last 2 3 seasons, Pant was not at his best as a batsman. So, I mean, I might sound a little optimistic, but we may not miss Pun the batsman that much, right? And I think Warner as a captain is fantastic. Warner is probably one foreign captain, right? Who is more Indian than he's Australian or his national side. I mean, his entire demeanor, his all his antics, it's all Indian, right? So he immediately connects with the local players. His aura on the field. So I think Warner, especially with Ponting's backing, I think he'll be fantastic as a captain. Marsh is in top form. Hopefully Marsh stays fit. I'm praying every day for that. You have Phil Salt. If you want to play a keeper bat, Powell is there. Thank God Shardul is not there. So a lot of things are happening. Falling in place. And I think on the bowling side, Kuldeep has had good last 4 5 months, right? He had the breakthrough season last year. Then came into the national team, has done well in white ball. Axar has grown leaps and bounds, right, for the red ball team as well as white ball national team. I think he's now gotten promotion on the contract list as well, and now he's the vice captain. So I think all in all, a good team, definitely top four contenders. Hopefully, Warner is able to pull it again and win it for us. I see Sarfraz playing a lot, major role this time with Pant not there, both as a batsman and as a keeper option. And I think this time, of course, Shaw is quality, but this time you'll see a breakthrough season from him. So all in all, definitely a top four contender.
And Nokia, how can you forget Nokia, who will probably get you a hat trick?
Nokia, Riley Russo, David Warner, they've got a lot of quality. Mitchell Marsh. The only thing is if they have these players fit, because last year they had a lot of injuries, and unfortunately we haven't got Pant this season. So I think more than the batter, maybe it's the keeping aspect. Whether Sarfraz is as good as we think, hopefully he would be as a keeper, because that's one big hole for them. They can't play Phil Salt if they wanted to play. If they play Phil Salt, they won't be playing their top four preferred overseas, is my opinion. So I think Sarfraz has to play all the games and has to keep well. But I think they'll surprise a lot of the teams, and I think they'll do very well. I think definite top five finish and pushing for top four, I would say.
Right. Like I'm on slightly different side because I don't see like Nortje was injured a bit. He both played one match, other match he didn't play. The keeper, if Shahrukh isn't a good keeper, I don't know. I don't think he keeps regularly. At least that's
Sarfraz.
Sarfraz.
Yeah.
Sarfraz doesn't keep regularly, right? So, or I think Ponting alluded to it that maybe they can have like the replacement player as the keeper, right? Because they kind of have like all the other bases covered with the bowling and batting. The four overseas are, as you all pointed out, Warner, Nortje, then you've got Rovman, Powell, and Mitchell Marsh. Then, from an Indian bowling standpoint, Kuldeep is good, but the only worry that comes in is like the other options are Khaleel and Chetan Sakaria, right? So and others are like Ishant Sharma. So you're kind of forced to play them, and I don't know if they can like contain teams. Does that make sense? Like Norke is good, but the other bowling is a bit suspect. Like Sakaria was okay, but he was on and off. And then you've just got Akshar's there, like spin bowling. Kuldeep's also there. Spin bowling is good, but who will support Nortje, right? Like when Delhi was at their peak, they've got Rabada with him. And that was like an unbeatable combo because you got two enforcers, two fast, tall bowlers. But now I'm like, okay, you've got Kuldeep and Akshar. Those are like decent overs. But Nortje is fine. What are your rest of the 8 overs? That might be their weak link. And Warner, he's not in the greatest of forms. Like as much as I like him, given his background with SRH, he's not been in the greatest of forms with the bat. Like he's been on and off. I don't know to what extent, if he struggles with the bat, let's put it that way, it will be challenging, like it was with SRH in 2020 season, right? So you come in with like this reputation and all this. If isn't performing well, you got Phil Salt, who's a keeper who's sitting there, but you can't drop Warner. So that sort of dynamic comes in. So which I feel will come back to haunt them. So I don't have them in my top 5, unfortunately. But yeah, like they've got some holes with like the
No, Aditya, let's be very clear. If Warner is not in form, our season is over.
Yeah, that's
I
what
mean,
I'm
we don't even have to
saying.
play 14 matches. We are finished if Warner is not in form. And on the bowling, no worries. यार, we have Urvashi Rotela. She'll help us finish the 8 overs. No worries. हो जाएगा. वहाँ पे support आ जाएगा.
So the Warner batting form might be a challenge, like how SRH had with Kane Williamson. If he's like, hey, I'm going to open, Kane could have, like, after 5 matches, he would have known, boss, I'm not in form. Ideally, you should have dropped down and promoted other people. That's like the more selfless thing to do, or like management didn't think of that. If Warner is not in form, maybe Ponting is smart enough to see that and put Warner at like 5 or 4 later, like earlier in the season, and like open with people who are in form. So, but it's challenging. That's what I'm saying. Like the Indian pace bowlers and Warner is like the challenge.
And one problem would be the Kotla pitch, which in the past have never suited anyone, to be honest. So
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the biggest challenge, more than any injury worries or any of the forms
Right.
of.
It's an oddball. You don't know what kind of pitch you're going to get. Sometimes it flat, sometimes it turns so much. So if it turns, maybe it's good. Axar and Kuldeep will be unplayable. But yeah, like it's another unknown sort of thing. So that's why I'm not feeling too confident about it.
Even if Warner is out of form now, we'll get Meg Lanning in place of him. At least वो part sort हो जाएगा.
Captaincy Warner will do from without.
But I feel good about Delhi Capitals. I think they will click. If they are injury free, which has been the biggest problem for them, if they are injury free and if they have the full fit team, they will give run for the money for other teams. Definitely, they have the talent for that.